30 seconds. I'd like to call this meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. and I'll call on Councillor O'Hare to read the land acknowledgement.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The city of Thorold is situated on treaty land. This land is steeped in the rich history of the First Nations, such as the Haudenosaunee, the Hattawandurunk, and the Anishinaabe, including the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. There are many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people from across Turtle Island that live and work in Niagara today. The city of Thorold stands with all Indigenous people, past and present, in promoting the wise stewardship on the lands on which we live.
Thank you, Councillor O'Hare. Are there any declarations of interest? Seeing none, adoption of the agenda. Can I get a mover and a seconder to adopt the agenda? I got Councillor DeRose and Councillor Hanley. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Adoption of the minutes. Can I get a mover and a seconder to adopt the open and closed minutes from council meeting on Tuesday, March 18th, 2025? I've got Councillor D'Angela and Councillor Decker. Are there any errors or omissions? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Mayor's remarks. On March 19th, I attended the Niagara Region Innovative Ideas for Housing Forum held at Rodman Hall in St. Catharines. 4 speakers shared insights on topics like community consultation, property rezoning, development funding, and construction alternatives. On Monday, March 24th, I attended the Body-Worn Cameras Community Engagement and Consultation Session hosted by the Regional Municipality and Niagara Police Services Board and the Niagara Regional Police Service at their headquarters in Niagara Falls. The discussion was regarding the proposed implementation of body-worn cameras by the Niagara Regional Police Service, who are exploring the use of body-worn cameras, a modern tool designed to benefit both officers and the public. They want to hear from you. Join the conversation. Take the survey at niagarapolice.ca/BWC. And councillors, I put a card on all your seats today so that you, if you want to go online and do the survey, that gives you the information. On March 25th, I attended the official opening and top hat ceremony of the St. Lawrence Seaway 67th navigation season, held at the St. Catharines Museum and Welland Canal Center at Lock 3. President and CEO of the St. Lawrence Seaway Management Corporation, Jim Athanasu, was on hand to honor the ceremonial opening vessel, the ATB Everlast Norman McLeod, operated by Asphalt Marine Corporation. On Wednesday, March 26th, I attended the 2025 State of the Region held at Club Italia in Niagara Falls. Chair Jim Bradley spoke about the region's accomplishments, strengths, and opportunities, as well as the challenges that lie ahead, especially with the tariff concerns. On March 28th, I was joined by Councillors Decker, O'Hare, Sentence, Regional Councillor Whalen, Natalie Stickles, and BIA Chair Serge Carpino at the grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony of MyoMove Active Recovery Therapy. Congratulations. Thank you, owner Darian Kalagerakis, for opening your business at 10 Albert Street East within our downtown BIA district. All the best moving forward. On April 2nd, we raised the autism flag at City Hall in recognition and support of World Autism Day. The City of Thorold was proud to celebrate the spectrum and fly the flag to raise awareness about autism acceptance and promote inclusion and connectiveness for people with autism. Joining us were Councillors O'Hare, Sentence, City staff, Janine O'Brien from Autism Ontario, CEO Paul McGowan, and Megan Erb from Bethesda, and many others. Addison from Autism Ontario and Carter from Bethesda were guest speakers. Hockey Canada's national men and women's para-ice hockey teams, formerly known as sledge hockey, each hosted Team USA in a 3-game exhibition series at Canada Games Park on March 26th, 28th, and 29th. The level of competition was excellent to watch, and all teams stayed at the 4 Point Sheraton right here in Thorold. Media release from March 28, 2025, Niagara Unites. The Niagara region, in collaboration with all 12 local municipalities, is encouraging residents to shop, support, and share local. The Support Local initiative joins similar efforts across the country designed to stimulate local economies and ignite pride in buying local and supporting local businesses. They are the heart, the backbone of our community, as well as all communities across Canada. Easter egg hunts. There's 3 to mention. On Friday, April 18th from 12 noon to 5 p.m. at Merrittville Speedway, the Merrittville Annual Easter Egg Hunt 2025. Please visit their website and or Facebook page for more information. On Saturday, April 19th at 10 a.m., the Darlene Ryan Port Robinson Community Center is hosting their annual Easter egg hunt and continental breakfast at 40 Cross Street in Port Robinson. Please register to join this free event. Please visit Port Robinson Community Center Facebook page for registration details. Also on April 19th, the Downtown Thorold BIA is hosting their Easter egg scavenger hunt from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, starting at the Thorold Public Library and ending at JC Centennial Park, with stops and activities along the route. Please register by April 12th at thoroldbia.com or visit Downtown Thorold or Thorold Public Library Facebook page for more information. The City of Thorold, in partnership with the Thorold Public Library, TCAG, and Knights of Columbus, are excited about the upcoming Earth Day event on Saturday, April 26th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Thorold Community Arena, 70 Front Street North. This is a free community event. Please bring a non-perishable food item for donation for community care. Collection bins will be on site. There will also be a community cleanup the same day and time. Volunteers will be provided with all the necessary tools, gloves, garbage bags, and garbage pickers at the Thorold Community Arena. Please visit our website and Facebook page for more details. Congratulations goes out to the Thorold Elite Track Club on winning the Under 14, Under 12, and overall Rising Stars provincial titles at the Athletics Ontario U14 and Rising Stars Indoor Championships held at the Toronto Track and Field Centre. Thank you, Thorold Elite founder and head coach Stephen Fife, who is a Thorold resident, your coaching staff, the athletes, parents, and volunteers who make the Thorold Elite Track Club so successful, and great ambassadors for our city. This year we celebrate 50 years as a city. To mark this milestone, we're excited to unveil a new logo to celebrate our 50th anniversary. This logo will be featured throughout various events and activities planned throughout the year. We look forward to bring our community together to join in this special celebration. Also worth noting and celebrating, the Village of Thorold began 175 years ago in 1850, and Thorold was incorporated as the town of Thorold in 1875, 150 years ago. The same year Thorold Secondary School was built. They are also celebrating their 150th anniversary this year on May 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the school. In closing, because this is our last meeting before the long Easter weekend, on behalf of City Council and staff, I would like to wish everyone a happy Easter. May your weekend be full of warmth, peace, and happiness, and that you get to spend some quality time with family and friends. And that's the end of my mayor's remarks. And now we're going to move on to civic recognition. I'll call on Anna O'Hare, Chair of the Heritage Advisory Committee, to say a few words about the Heritage Award recipients. Welcome, Anna.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Mayor, councillors, and city staff for scheduling us in tonight for this award. Occasionally, Heritage Thorold gives out awards for exceptional contributions to heritage preservation in appreciation to individuals who help to shape our city into a vibrant, diverse, and characterful community which people love to live in and visit. Tonight's award to Kathy Peltier and Bob Liddicoat was agreed on by the committee in early 2020. So a huge apology is in order for this undue delay of 5 years for it to be finally presented. The pandemic and its lockdowns were the cause at first, but obviously not over the past few years. Instead, this one has to be owned by the Heritage Committee, which was newly assembled after the last municipal election, and most particularly by its inexperienced new chair, that would be myself, for not paying enough attention to possible unfinished business being inherited from the previous term. On top of this, Tim and I, Councillor O'Hare and I, once were given free drinks at Donnelly's because of an article that Kathy and Bob wrote when we moved into one of Thorold's heritage homes. And I cannot even say that this same thing won't happen again, because I can tell you right now there will be another award like this coming up in the near future, which is just as long overdue. But nonetheless, tonight I would like to say to Kathy and Bob that while I am very sorry for the delay over the past few years, I am also delighted to present this award, which was originally granted upon your retirement from Thorold today, for many years of promoting and celebrating Thorold's heritage through articles and photographs on designations, anniversaries, restoration projects, and more. It must also be pointed out that heritage is not only about historic events or beautiful old buildings. It is about culture and cultural identity. And one particular aspect of Thorold's cultural identity features prominently in Bob's and Kathy's legacy to the community. This is where I would like to hand the microphone over to our mayor to say a few words regarding that.
Well, thank you. Anna, and I just want to say that you and the Heritage Advisory Committee need make no apologies for the great work you do for our community, and it is very much appreciated. So, I'm going to speak on the music side, and Anna's going to speak more probably along the work they did at Thorold today, but I've known Kathy and Bob for a long time, and Kathy and Bob have also contributed to the cultural heritage of our city, and music is an important part of our cultural heritage. And they were involved in the Canal Bank Shuffle Blues Festival since its inception in 2002. As well, they were involved in the inception of Rock and Blues on the Battlefield and many other singular events that were held throughout the city. As well, Bob has teamed up with Pat Porter and hosts a regular podcast called Rock and Blues Review, where he interviews various musicians on 4680Q, and that program is ongoing and is a new endeavor that Bob's involved in, and he's interviewing top musicians from across North America, and I'm probably can go on to say internationally. So that's another great program to be aware of, and he'll be involved in also doing some interviews and promotion leading up to our Canada Day weekend. So I'll turn it back to you, Edmund.
Thank you. I don't have that much more to say. I think I've said it already. There were many years when Bob and Kathy would turn up at every heritage event, document it, promote it, and thereby celebrate it, and doing their part to keep the heritage of Thorold alive. And for that, we are incredibly grateful and appreciative. Thank you.
Okay, so I'd like to ask Bob and Kathy to come forward. We'll do a presentation and picture here in front of the podium. And then Bob and Kathy, if you would like to say a few words after that, we'll get you back in front of the microphone, because I know you both like to speak. So. No, thank you. And Bob, if you want to say a few words. And Kathy, go ahead. The mic's yours.
On? Okay, sorry, thanks. I don't have much to say. I want to thank the Heritage Committee, of course. We were pretty involved during that time, and I know we did a collection of all the heritage homes and write-ups that we actually enjoyed doing, and was stored nicely. And as you know, we don't live here anymore, but my family has been here since 1855. We still have family and friends here and property, and we still stay involved with a bunch of Thorold volunteer committees. So we're still involved here, even though our home isn't.
But I will say you spend more time here than in your home, so that's not a bad thing.
Say anything? No. I guess that's it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So thank you, Anna, for bringing that forward from the Heritage Advisory Committee. And once again, Bob and Kathy Litigo, congratulations. Presentations. Habitat for Humanity Niagara 10-year anniversary of the Fawn Hill Restore. And I'll call on Al Rollman, Operations Director, and Jody Craw, Manager, for their presentation. And I know it says Fawn Hill Restore, but let's be clear, it's in Thorold. Anyways.
We weren't going to say Fawn Hill.
I have to say that because I know where it is along Highway 20.
Thanks, Mayor and Thorold Council. My name is Al. I'm the Operations Director for Habitat for Humanity Niagara. And Jody, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jody Craw. I manage the Thorold Restore. Yes, thank you.
We're going to change our name on Facebook. We have a slideshow that goes along with this, just to kind of walk you through a couple of things that we do in the community. So first off, we're here to talk about Habitat for Humanity Niagara's Restore at 2499 Highway 20 and the impact the store had on our community and our upcoming 10-year anniversary. So Habitat for Humanity Niagara has been building homes and hope in Niagara for over 30 years. We're able to continue building in communities like Thorold, including 6 that we've done in the last year in Thorold, that we were excited to do as part of in Thorold South. We also support, thanks to the support of local governments, donors, supporters, and through our social enterprise at the Niagara Restores. We'll go on to the next slide. So we operate 3 stores in the region. Our restores accept and sell brand new and gently used home improvement items to the public at a fraction of retail price. They're also recycling centers for electronic waste, scrap metal, batteries, and more. Through strategic partnerships, our restores have become one of the largest recycling centers in Niagara. The proceeds from every sale directly supports Habitat for Humanity Niagara's affordable home ownership program. Go to the next slide. So our location on Highway 20, technically in Thorold, is named the Fonthill location, but opened to the public in April of 2015. The week of April 14th to 19th, we will be celebrating our 10-year anniversary with a store-wide sale, promotions, and more. This location has grown by leaps and bounds over the years and has evolved since its opening from selling home renovation items to becoming a destination in our community for stunning home decor, appliances, vintage and modern furniture, brand new clothing, and so much more. One of our taglines is that every visit is a new adventure, and that has never been more true. You truly never know what you're going to find at our restores. We are able to provide such a wide range of quality products thanks to generous community donors, relationships we've cultivated with local businesses, and national partnerships. We'll go to the next slide. I just want to highlight the impact this restore has had over the 10 years that it's been open. So we've built, since 2015, the proceeds from this restore have contributed to 37 home builds throughout the region, changing the lives of 37 families and 138 children, giving them stability, safety, and affordable place to call home. On the next slide, in just the last 3 years, 9 homes have been built right here in Thorold, impacting 9 families and 23 children. And we'll go to the next slide, and Jody's going to take over.
So I get to talk about all the things we do at the Restore, which I'm excited to share with you. One of the things is waste. So we have a lot of volunteers that come in every day to the store and process, as you can see, our 3 stores in 2024 alone, how many pounds of waste got processed. And if you think about it, if something comes in and it's part glass, part metal, part this, part that, part plastic, those all have to be deconstructed and sorted, and we were trying to keep it out of the landfill. That's basically our goal. So 58,520 pounds of metal. We also make it easy for people to donate e-waste to us. So you can just pull up alongside the store, and there's all kinds of bins. You can bring your TVs and your monitors and keyboards and all those electronic things. We actually do raise quite a bit of money from doing all this processing of these goods. Batteries as well, we collect. We have bins at the store, and we raise money this way. And as well, paint. You can drop your used paint off at the store. And if it's brand new and you order too much paint and you get a fresh can of brand new paint, well, we'll sell it on the shelf at the store as well. Next slide, please. So, yeah, thank you. This is one of the most wonderful things about the Restore that a lot of don't realize how much engagement we do with the community. I want to particularly point out the slide on the right. We have a lot of very skilled tradesmen that have spent their life doing all kinds of trades, from electricians. This particular gentleman was a renovator his whole life. And because we do a lot of work with the high schools, we quite often see a lot of students coming to the store to get credits, and they do their co-op there, they do their community hours there, and it's just wonderful to see the mentorship happening between a senior and a student. They're just looking to expand their skill set, and all of our tradesmen and our volunteers just love to share. And I can pretty much guarantee this student will then mentor another student when they come in, so it's wonderful. In the middle, this particular volunteer refers to himself as the Big O, and he is just a ray of sunshine when he comes in, and we just love him to pieces. But it's also a place for families to come in. We have husbands and wives come in. This is a grandfather and his granddaughter. So it's a place where it's a real community. We're growing relationships and friendships. And I've been there for 10 years, even before the store opened. I helped open it. And I've had volunteers that are still there from this day, and I just love that side of it. So we're doing a lot of work for the community, and especially, I would say, the kids. We offer them summer jobs as well when we're able to. Next slide, please. So hopefully all of you have stopped in and shopped at the store. And it is really a unique place to shop, to say the least. You never know what you're going to find at the store. We do carry the traditional things you think of when you think of a restore, which is the renovation stuff, you know, the toilets, the sinks, the lights, the tools, the drywall, the doors, the windows. But we're a reflection of the community, and the community donates what they no longer want to have, whether it's a retailer donating new product or you're downsizing. And as a result, at the Fonthill Restore and at many of our stores, we now have new clothing. We have home decor sections, and it's been well received. I never turn down a donation I can sell, because that is translated into a new home for a family that needs an affordable place to live. It's always finding more space in the store. That's my challenge, because the community is so generous. They donate a lot of product to us. So I have a big shout out for the caring people in Thorold giving us product all day long. We do come out and pick up for free too. We cover a big territory in this location. So it's time consuming, but it's fun work and it's great work. But you would not believe some of the crazy things we've got. A motorcycle donated. We got a cube van donated this past year. We had, just a couple months ago, we had this 1950s Italian jukebox deal come in, and that did not last. It was just the coolest thing to see, and I always say it's a little treasure hunt at the store, so never miss out on shopping there. Next slide, please. One of the things that we do is we do a salvage, and I do know we have had counselors go out on salvages before, so anybody wanting to experience that, feel free. It's a fun job. We've had our salvage coordinator for over 10 years. He does a great job. You can go out in your home and remove it cleanly and quickly in a morning. Some retailers donate brand new kitchens to us. So we could have a kitchen for $3.99 or a kitchen for $10,000 or anywhere in between, but guaranteed you're going to save money on your kitchen, and you get a charitable tax receipt as well when you donate products to the Restore. So you're doing really good if you have a product like this to donate. If you're selling, you know, a big kitchen, or you're donating a big kitchen to us, well, we could put windows on a home with that kind of donation. So it's very meaningful that we have businesses and homeowners willing to donate this kind of product. Next slide, please.
So how can Thorold City Council help? Continue to advocate for Habitat Humanity's home building program, promote the Restore's recycling programs, promote our salvage program, keep Habitat Niagara in mind as a beneficiary for any fundraising events, shop the Restore, come and see Jody at the Thorold Restore, donate to the Thorold Restore, volunteer at the Thorold Restore.
Yes.
But we'd happily take anything that we can help. So ultimately, thanks for having us and allowing us to present to you about our dynamic Restore and our 10-year anniversary. Please make sure to visit the store during next week for some of the festivities that we're going to have in sales. And we'll open up to any questions or comments you guys have about Habitat for Humanity Restore.
Thank you, Jody and Al, for an excellent presentation. And I'm going to open the floor up for councillors. I got Councillor DeAngelo, and then I'll get Councillor Hanlon. And then I'll get all these, don't worry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thanks for the presentation. It's always great when Habitat comes here, and I'm one of those loyal customers. That's my favorite place to shop. I was there on the weekend, and I couldn't even find a parking spot. That's how busy it was. And it's a great location in Thorold, which you guys highlight, so I appreciate that. But one of the things that I find really neat is like you mentioned, there's different things there, especially if you're doing some sort of renovation. I've been there several times, and you end up buying something else that renovates another part of the house. And you find odd stuff that you can't find in retail stores, which is really neat. So it really helps the renovation aspect. The other thing I wanted to mention, which I think is great, is you don't pay any tax on anything you purchase, which is super because, like I said, that cuts the cost 13% right off the top. And then, like I said, the money that when you're buying something goes into a great cause, and you see that happening. And I've been to that store numerous times, and I know exactly what you mean, that the store is almost too small for all the stuff that you have. There's stuff out in the back, stuff out to the side. So I just want to commend you guys. You do a great job. Every time I go there, I've had a couple issues a couple times, and they've been resolved. Great customer service. Like you guys are leading by example when you do stuff like that. I was there on Saturday and I had a little issue. It got resolved by the customer service rep at the cashier, and we left happy, and we ended up buying a few more things. So like I said, you're treating your volunteers great. It's always a friendly environment to go there. I have no questions for you, but I just want to praise you because I think you guys do a great job, and the recycling component is just fabulous. So more people should be out there supporting you along the way. Thanks.
Councillor Hanley, you're up.
Yeah, same, no questions. I supported, I go back to Cushman Road days with Alistair.
Oh, wow.
And you actually used to get, from Elmwood Kitchens, you used to get all the old doors or whatever the doors. Yeah. I honestly went down there, I got all my oak cabinet doors from there, and then I had a cabinet maker or something in my cabinets in my kitchen. I got all the doors from Habitat for Humanity. My liquor cabinet comes from there. My chandelier in my living room, the light going down the hallway. I'm a regular customer in Henry. It's funny, I went there too. I went to the one in St. Catharines, actually, Bunning Road.
It's fun.
On the weekend. Didn't have what I was looking for, so I had to go to Wee-Tram next door. But I've been a supporter, as Councillor Dan just said, to echo him. You can find some oddities in there that you can't find at other places. And at one time, you guys even, I bought hardwood flooring there. You used to get you got hardwood flooring from Home Depot. You used to get, every Monday, you got deliveries from Home Depot, so I'd be there waiting when you got the new shipment in. So you do a great job for the community, and you're able to build all these homes in Thorold. And I know from way back when I first started supporting them, it was a great endeavor, and it continues to be to this day, and it's great to have you in Thorold.
Thank you.
You should have went
Jody
to the
will share with
Thorold
our Home
store, you
Depot.
see? Okay, Councillor O'Hare.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you to Alan and Jody. Thank you so much for coming in. You do such great work in Thorold, in Niagara. And another point to emphasize is the way you keep so much out of the landfill through reselling items that in the past would have gone simply to the dump. So thank you so much for doing that. Maybe you could remind any residents watching, how can they get in touch with you should they have a large item to get picked up? Do they call the store directly, or do you have a number?
Well, thanks for asking. We invested this year, actually last year now, some money into some software to make it easy for people to donate. So if they visit habitatniagara.ca, there's a button on there, and they can just fill out a form and send it in, and we'll take a look at it and
Great, wonderful.
get them looked
Just
after.
keep doing what you do. It's
Thank you.
amazing. Thank you.
Councillor Ditavides, and then we'll get Councillor
Thank you,
Decker.
Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Al, Jody, for coming in. Congratulations on 10 years. When any business is tough, and especially 10 years, is big hats off to you. What's your long-term goals for the next 10 years? Any big projects or anything we should know about?
Well, ultimately, we're looking at building homes. So this is going to support our operations and the extra money to go into building homes. So we're looking to, in the Niagara region, in the next 3 years, we're looking at doing 9 units in Welland, and we're looking at doing 16 units in Niagara Falls. And then we want to get right back into Thorold. So to build some homes there. So that's everything here is just, we just want to keep on funding that and making as much money as we can to be able to do that, because obviously we don't keep any profit, it all goes into our build. So we want to be able to grow. One thing that we're looking at is, as the rents are going up and things like that, we're looking at, do we or can we possibly buy the Fonthill store, or sorry, the Thorold store, and can we build something in addition onto that to kind of make some more room? It actually is one of our most profitable stores right now, so it's meeting its sales budgets, where some of the other ones in Ontario are actually losing some money compared to previous years. So Jody's done a great job with her team, and that store is actually staying profitable. And I think part of that too is, and she's done a great job with her team to really make that a unique store. So when you go into that store, you do feel a difference from the other stores, and part of that is some of the home decor, kind of just the unique feel. It feels very homey to walk in there. I really like that store, and she's doing a great job. So ultimately, we want to make some money. We want to make over $1 million in that store this year. We had our best year last year in 2024, so we're looking to go onwards and upwards and put some money into builds.
Oh, great. I have another question. We want to help you make some money, especially this Thorold Council. We want to help you. What we have in Thorold, Beaver Dams Park, it's great. We have a great event coordinator, Jacob. Since you have a business in Thorold, why don't we have a party, celebrate your anniversary, 10-year anniversary in Thorold? I was thinking about this when I was driving down here. And you can have it in Beaver Dams Park, make $10,000 to $20,000. I made a call on the way down here. Machine Hip, the Tragedy Hip Band will play for free, bring a free PA in for you. So the ball's already running, and if with the council's help, you can easily make $10,000 to $20,000 that day. And I encourage you to reach out to Jacob. We have the best park in Niagara. We have a stage cover. The Thorold people love Habitat for Humanity. You're in our backyard, and we want to work with you. So reach out, and let's see if we can help you out with that money.
That's very generous. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
Thank you for that.
Do you like that idea?
Well,
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, if you contact my office, then we'll get you the Jacob's contact.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Councillor Decker.
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for your presentation. A lot of information that you shared with us, and congratulations on your 10-year anniversary. Some councillors have already asked questions that I was going to ask, but my question is about the homes that you're building, which is wonderful. So if someone, how do you choose the person, or how does somebody get on the list for one of the homes that you're going to build throughout our Niagara region? Like, do they apply on the website? Like how, like just a quick maybe view on how that's done.
Yeah, so we do apply on the website. So the application process is not open yet, so we're just finalizing our next build, and once that's finalized and we know our timeline, we're going to open that up to applications on the web. We do have a completely separate volunteer party that goes on the family selection team, so to keep it away from any kind of biases or anything like that. So we'll bring some criteria. Ultimately, we're looking for just the people that, we always call it giving a hand up, not a handout. So those people just can't get into traditional mortgage, have families looking at, not necessarily only family, but looking for that extra help to kind of get into some affordable housing and create some stability in the community. So we will be opening that process soon online through the same website, habitatniagara.ca, and there'll be a spot on there to apply on that. So it should be open probably, I would say, within the next month.
That's great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Councillor DeRose.
Yeah, through you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you both for coming tonight. I've seen you there so many times. My kids love going there. You know, it fills a much-needed void of affordability in our community, and you guys don't get enough credit, and kudos to you both. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Councillor Sentz.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you, thank you very much for coming. Congratulations on 10 years. My wife is a thrifter, to say the least, so we are out there often looking for strange things that I don't even know where they were. But anyways, thank you very much for coming. I had two questions for you. Was that one slide with where you, the waste, is that just in 2024? Is that what I read? All that's in 2024. Wow.
For the 3 stores, but yes.
For the 3 stores. That's incredible. And are you part of our Earth Day, or have you heard that our Earth Day event that we put on and
So last year, we did come down and we put a truck there to do some e-waste and things like that and kind of get some awareness out there. I don't know that we're a part of that this year.
Okay.
We'd like to look at that.
Keep us in mind. I don't know if it's too late already,
Never too late.
Never
too late.
Yeah.
Yep.
come on
I'm
out.
sure we can do the same thing. So we usually give out flyers to give some awareness to us, but then we'll also
Yeah.
take in e-waste or anything like that
Perfect.
and promote our waste programs.
Thank you.
Dave's there, Dave Baldoni at the end, and he can give you any contact information before you leave today.
For sure.
Okay. Anyways, Jody and Al, great presentation. Thank you for all the work you do, and I can't say enough about all the new homes you've built in Thorold South, and we look forward to having you back and building more. And we'll work with you. As you can see, this council's very interested in becoming involved, and do what we can to continue your success. And just outstanding work, and once again, thank you.
Awesome.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Council.
Oh, the other thing is, if there's anything that you want to blast out, if you send it, we can get it on our social media as well.
Oh, for sure. We'll do that when we
Thank
reach
you.
out for the contact information.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, we'll move on to items of consent, and we have items 11.1 to 11.9. Can I get a mover and a seconder? I've got Councillor Decker and Councillor O'Hare. Does anyone want to pull any items? 11.1 to 11.9. Go ahead, Councillor. 11.8. Okay, anyone else? Do you just have a question on that?
I have a comment for the staff.
Because we can let you make your comment, and then we'll vote on them as a block.
Okay, sure.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to commend our team for their dedication in the QR codes to improve. This gives quick information, enhances experience for everyone involved. I'm excited to see this in the future of the QR code involved. And I brought this up, and it's very important to me, and I'm glad you did so.
Thank you, Councillor. So we had a mover and a seconder to move all the, did you want to comment on that? Go ahead, Councillor.
If I could just ask, thank you, Mr. Mayor, through you, a question to, I guess it would be Dave, or I'm not sure. But the QR codes, great idea, great initiative. Thanks for getting that rolling as well. If they're located throughout the city, can we also have some places within the city where we have a catalog of QR codes that say if someone wanted to check out some specific site, maybe while they're visiting City Hall or the Senior Center, then the QR code could be on display there and people could gather information there. Is that a possibility, or is it just simply going to be at the site where the item or place is being presented?
Mark, did you want to answer that? Go ahead.
Thank you, through the mayor. QR codes can be programmed any way we like. So the current step was to focus on parks and arenas, which provide direction to people for information about those specific locations. But we can certainly look at a program that would, I guess, provide information regardless of where you are. Perhaps create a hub or a QR code that would take you to a certain location. Not to get ahead of ourselves, I think we're also looking at updating the city's site at some point, and so the QR codes will tie very nicely into that, where it will be providing information based on the information being sought by the community. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good, thank you very much.
Go ahead, Councillor Hanley.
Just a quick, it is a great idea, actually. My former employee, we used barcodes for a significant amount of years in regards to our training and to identify an individual in case they were hurt on the job, whatever, and that stuff. All our hard hats had a barcode on it, could be scanned. They would know if you're training in, so if the MTO, whatever, come on site, or the Ministry of Labor, MOL, you could scan the person, know if they were actually had the certification for it. So we could even look in that. It's a great adaptive system that's out there, and it's easily adapted. So it's great work that we're doing it and that stuff, and expand upon it, like Councillor Harris said too. You can go to a lot of things. Actually, I was just away, and you go into the main store, and they have a giant barcode, and you do it, and it basically runs you through everything that's in the municipality, in the community, that you can do just off of one barcode.
Very good. Okay, so we got 11.1 to 11.9. We got a mover and a seconder. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Items for consideration, 12.1. Application to fill Road Safety Advisory Committee vacancy. I'm gonna let the clerk comment on this, because we had an application, it's in closed session, but if everybody's looked at their closed session and agreed to that, we can approve that now, and then that item doesn't need to go to closed session. Do you want to comment on that, Nicholas?
Yeah, through you, Mr. Mayor. No, that basically summarizes it. If council had any questions about the applicant or the application, we'd be proceeding to closed, and the memo would just be received in open. However, if council was comfortable to appoint, then we would do it all in open session.
Is everybody good with that? Okay.
So
how do you want to just get a mover and a seconder?
Yeah, let me just.
I'll let the clerk get it up so we do this correctly.
Okay, so the mover and seconder would be to receive the memorandum and then to appoint the individual. I can put that on the screen now.
Are you moving it? Councillor Decker's moving it and you're seconding it,
Let me just share that now.
Okay. Okay. So the memorandum be received and that Mark Filova be appointed to serve on the Road Safety Advisory Committee for the remainder of the council term ending in 2026. I had a mover and a seconder. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, you can make a quick comment.
Yeah, I just want to say, Mayor, it's an excellent choice. He went to our school at Holy Rosary, Thorold boy, and he's done well. And it'll be a great addition to our road safety committee.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Mark, if he's listening.
FES 5/2025, Fire Protection Grant Approval and Equipment Purchase. Can I get a mover and a seconder for that? I got Councillor Sentence and Councillor O'Hare. If there's any questions, once that's up on the screen, our Fire Chief Terry Dixon can answer that. Is there any discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. PWCS 2025, Rolling Meadows Phase 18 Pre-Servicing Agreement. Can I get a mover and a seconder for that? Councillor Hanley and Councillor D'Angelo. We'll put that up on the screen. Is there any discussion on that item? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. 12.4, Trans-Canada Trail Grant Update. Can I get a mover and a seconder for that report? Councillor DeRose and Councillor Sentence. That's up on the screen. We have a mover and a seconder, and our Jeff Holman's here to answer any questions. Are there any questions regarding that? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Are there any notices of motion? Go ahead, Councillor Hanley, and then I got Councillor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. One notice of motion in regards to supporting business in regards to tariffs. I talked to Nicholas about it earlier, so I can coordinate with that with him until the next meeting. And another one is a notice of motion in regards to repurposing the James White Arena.
What's this? Go ahead.
The repurposing the James White Arena.
That's your second notice?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you'll work with the clerk on those. So you're not doing the statement because you brought that as a notice?
That's right. I'm going to avoid my statement tonight, and I'll bring it as a notice of motion. I'm giving you as a reprieve.
Go ahead, Councillor Dennehy.
My notice of motion that all dogs in public parks be required to be on a leash at all times except designated dog parks to enhance safety and comfort for all park users.
You're bringing that notice
Yes.
next meeting, okay? And you'll work with the clerk to get the language, okay? Okay, we're gonna move on now to motions. And I have up first Councillor Sentence, and I'll call on Councillor Sentence motion for respecting McAdam Park vandalism. Do you have a seconder for that motion? Councillor Hanley. Go ahead, Councillor Sentence.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Be able to comment after?
Yes, you will.
Thank you. Whereas McAdam Park is a valuable community space providing opportunities for recreation, leisure, and social engagement, and the City of Thorold is committed to preserving and maintaining this park for enjoyment of all. Whereas acts of vandalism in McAdam Park have caused damage to public property, creating an unsafe and unwelcoming environment for residents and visitors. And whereas the persistent occurrence of vandalism in McAdam Park undermines the city's efforts to maintain a safe, accessible, and welcoming environment and diverts valuable resources from other essential community services. Now therefore be it resolved that the city, a corporation under the City of Thorold, enacts the following: that city staff be directed to review current measures in place to prevent vandalism in McAdam Park, evaluate effective strategies to curtail such activities, and report back to City Council with recommendations for further actions, including the estimated costs of implementing these strategies and potential funding sources.
Thank you, Councillor, and you can go ahead and speak on it.
Yeah, I mean, this park is near and dear to me, but it has so much trouble out there with, and I was talking with Dave and Scott. I mean, you go to the washroom that Councillor Hanley built out there, and the doors are peppered with, you know, puck marks. This has to happen during the day. Somebody should be seeing this. They planted 10 trees, and the trees got taken. So there's something we need to do, and I know we need to work with privacy and cameras and something. So I just want staff to come up with something, if it's a community watch or something, and we can take these things we use at McAdam, we can take and use at other parks as well. But we need to know what we can do, and it's just, it's a shame when I walked in that washroom and saw what was going on. So I would just like to figure out a way to stop this. Thank you.
And I like your suggestion as well, that it might be something we can implement in other parks as well. Go ahead, Councillor Hanley.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's an ongoing thing there, and as Councillor Stanton's mentioned, we had many volunteers come together. The city helped in a lot of private business. We were able to erect some washrooms there, and it was within weeks of erecting those washrooms back in 2016 that damage was already occurring. And like Councillor Stanton says, they went in there and they smash the toilets and they break the urinals. So a security thing, cameras, I know that's an issue, but I've said it before, we need to do a security thing. Neighborhood watches are great and that stuff, but until we actually get something, and as we mentioned with the Niagara Regional Police here in coordination with them, or even start doing our own within the City of Thorold, we do have a bylaw on the books on a policy in regards to cameras, and, we should investigate that, and if it takes a resolution by council to install them, but I see that the monies that we're spending on the continuous replacement and maintenance of the buildings, that would probably be cost effective. We could get some type of security thing in that McAdam Park, and not only McAdam Park, like tackle counter sentences settlements at other parks too, where we've had issues in the past, and it's a continuing and an ongoing nuisance, unfortunately, but we got to deal with it, and hopefully Councillor Sutton's motion, we could get going on the right path here.
Thank you. Go ahead, Councillor DeRose.
Through Mr. Mayor, I'll support this. It's a great motion. They often get neglected. I just got a text from a security company, that kid I used to teach that's here sometimes, saying we need to maybe hire a security company to do the routes at night. It's an option we can discuss down the road, but I will support this 100%. Thank you.
Go ahead, Councillor Benavides, and then Councillor DeAngelo.
Sorry, Mr. I would support this too. Also, I'd like to see what Councillor Hanley said. Cameras in all the parks. They're inexpensive now. Maybe improving some lighting and do all the parks, and this way we can look back at something, and we buy a half-decent camera. There would be some face recognition, and work with the police, and we can solve this problem.
Thank you, Councillor DeAngelo. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, I concur. Well, I support this motion, but I also concur with the fact that we need to look at it for the other parks. It doesn't really say that in, but I think that's a bit of a direction to staff, that any of these possible solutions to help mitigate what's happening there, to be looked at in a synergistic way, that maybe, if you get multiple cameras, it's cheaper, and we can do several parks. So I'm good with that, of looking at a little bit more holistic, but yet dealing with specific problems in each of the parks. Yeah, it's just another shame that stuff is just vandalized and destroyed, and money's wasted to rebuild it, refix it, and then staff time goes into there too. So it's a shame. I just don't know why society can't see the benefits of not destroying stuff, you know, when they're burning, I want to come outhouses, you know, they're burning playground equipment. Like it makes no sense. I'm just shocked at the lack of respect towards some of our city facilities, and it's unfortunate, but we have to countermeasures to make sure that doesn't happen. It benefits so many people in our community, and I know this council and past councils have spent a lot of money in upgrading the parks and making sure that they're more accessible, more utilized by the citizens all across Thorold, and yet, you know, we still have to deal with the minor few that are see no value in what we're trying to accomplish. So it's unfortunate. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Councillor DeRose, call on you for your motion respecting permitting system for public demonstrations, events, and rallies. Is there a seconder for your motion? Councillor Dedivides. Go ahead, Councillor DeRose.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Whereas public demonstrations, events, and rallies can have significant impacts on municipal services, including but not limited to public safety, law enforcement, emergency services, and traffic management. And whereas such gatherings may require coordination with municipal departments to ensure minimal disruptions to residents, businesses, and the functioning of the municipality while balancing the right to free expression and assembly. Now, there it be resolved that the Corporation of the City of Thorold enacts as follows, that city staff be directed to report back to council on options for implementing a permitting system for large gatherings, including public demonstrations, events, rallies, similar activities taking place on city-owned property.
You want to speak on that, Councillor DeRose, or self-explanatory?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to be proactive. You know, everybody has a right to protest, but I think we need to go through proper channels. I think we should start this, and I think it'll get traction in other communities. I think, and my main reason is public safety. That's the main reason I brought this up. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would appreciate everybody's support. Thank you.
Councillor Sentence, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I will support this. We're looking out for public safety. I do like the part about balancing the right to free and, I would say, peaceful expression and assembly. So we don't want to stop that, but I'll support the looking into doing it safely. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Okay, we're into closed session. Before I ask for a mover and a seconder to go into closed session, I'd like to remind you of your obligations respecting closed session. Those who are participating electronically in the closed session must ensure that no other person is in the location from which they are taking part in the meeting, or make appropriate arrangements so that any other persons cannot see or hear any of the confidential deliberations taking place. If this is not possible, you must withdraw from the meeting until it is reconvened in open session. Council staff and everyone present during the closed session have an obligation to ensure that what is discussed in closed session is kept confidential. Have you got enough now? Yeah, and I'll turn this over to clerk to read, and then I'll get a mover in a second.
Okay, through you, Mr. Mayor. So the motion is that council do now move into closed session to receive confidential information respecting a matter respecting a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality or local board under Section 239(2)C of the Municipal Act 2001, and a position, plan, procedure, criteria, or instruction to be applied to any negotiations carried on or to be carried on by or on behalf of the municipality or local board under Section 239(2)K of the Municipal Act 2001, Kiefer Mansion real estate listing.
Okay. Can I get a mover and a seconder? I got Councillor Decker and Councillor O'Hare, and that we now move into closed session.
Mr. Mayor, just a quick question on that. So we're just going to be dealing with the pending acquisition or disposition of land? That's all we're dealing with?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, because the first item about the appointment was already passed in open session, we don't need to discuss that.
Okay, all right. So as long as we're just dealing with the proposed or pending acquisition of
And,
land.
and the closed session minutes were already approved as well, so this would be the only item.
Okay, that's,
Okay,
thanks for the clarity.
okay, we had a mover and seconder. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. And now we're going to go into closed session, which we are now going to use Committee Room 1. So I'll ask everyone to move into Committee Room 1 for closed session. Okay? We're going back to the
takes a bit longer because then you gotta go there, head back.
Whatever you, I mean, if we could do it there, we don't have to move, that's easy, but I don't know how you do all the logistics, so it's whatever you want to do.
But this is fine, good. Just want to take 2 minutes.
I gotta get back to the open one, just
Yeah.
a second.
Everybody good?
Once I get the go-ahead,
Not yet, I gotta get
in a
back
minute,
to-
we're just getting everything up. I heard you're a consultant now.
Jim, consultant and travel advisor.
You should be doing safety training. Yeah. I did that years ago. I taught there for General Motors apprentices.
Laura, can you just make me host?
Okay?
Sorry? No, I had to leave because we had to use my Zoom account for the closed. Yeah, and then I had to go back.
Give me the,
Okay. Are we, yeah,
To
we're
go?
still streaming, right, Laura?
We got to go there.
we're good?
Yep. You're good.
Okay. I'd like to welcome everybody back to open session at 8:21 PM. Business arising from closed session, and I'll get the clerk to put that up. Can I get a mover and a seconder? I got Councillor Decker and Councillor Ditavitas. That confidential information dated April 8th, 2025 respecting Kiefer Mansion listing be received and that staff proceed as directed in closed session. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Bylaws. Can I get a mover and a seconder for bills 31, 2025 through 36, 2025? I've got Councillor O'Hare and Councillor Sentence. So we're going bills 31, 2025 through 36, 2025. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. There being no further business, this meeting is hereby adjourned at 8:22 PM. We did a lot of business in a short period of time tonight. Good work, everyone.